Yo, what could I do, or would I do? Convince you, girl, that I'm into you. You got like 3 gigs, minus kids. Still looking fresh with the flyest crib. I'm high as shit when I'm in the mix. Caramel complected, sweet like Twix shit. I might have to rewrite this. A million words couldn't describe this vibe she giving, but I'ma try to finish. Spit my words till my energy diminish. When she come around, I get chemically replenished. Keep me on point, she the remedy to send it. Beginning to the ending, I'ma keep it real. Always real, never conceal. Whatever she desire, I'ma try to get it. If she committed, we gon' live it. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve.
About to start in a couple minutes.
Hey, let's make a date. Be at your doorstep 8:30. Wear the dress that caress your waist. Matching necklace that has me breathless. City steam for some comedy. Spin to the rust for some poetry. Hip tie same for the martinis. So much to do with my boo and the beat. Black guy style, we can buy the jazz. Drinks on me, don't bring no cash. You don't have to ask, you deserve. It's all for you. You are worth how much worth. Let me describe your diamond raindrops from the sky. And my arms are open. I'ma catch you, precious, beautiful, luscious, special. You're the one, only one. Baby, I can't even front. Never be a number 2. You for me for you. I'm the one you should see. We can make a unity. All my love you deserve. You're the one, only one. Baby, I can't even front. Never be a number 2. You for me for you. I'm the one you should see. We can make a unity. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you?
5 minutes, baby.
Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? Till the end of the world I would go to, just to reach you, 'cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. Hey, let's make a date, 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 yeah. Hey, let's make a date, let's make a date, let's make a date, let's make a date, let's make a date. I'll be at your doorstep 8:30. Yo, for you I strive so hard, at least I thought. But seems as though my efforts wasn't even. Girl, you was my miss.
This song also written by me.
Listening to your friends made you suspicious. You heard who I dabble with and what I've been through. The rumors, the whispers, mess with your mentals. Never heard from the mouth of the horse. Cupid's missiles, focus, lock, but you be routing a course based on external entities. Ask me the questions as opposed to second guessing and wasting time, girl. Let's seize the moment. Back to back, then we drag me to beat opponents. They see the chemistry instantly in the end, but we too old to take heed to haters. Let's stay focused, ignore ignorance. The way we go together is of more significance. Let's try.
I work this out now so I can adjust the music, understand, and you guys can still hear me. You know what I mean? I figured out how to put the music in the music on two different
When the pressure builds up, you gon' bow down like a slave and listen to her.
Yeah, just waiting on brother Kenan Floyd to pop in so we can start this discussion. You know what I mean?
Your eye was focused, but then your peripherals tried to notice all the nonsense, all the haters, all the doubters. They try
We gotta edit the title of the video real quick.
Can they pay your bills? Can they show you love? Can they
I mean, you know, I cherish the day when we can actually get started exactly at the time, 10 o'clock. But you know, it's a situation where it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? But we gonna get it together.
Hold your hand, talk and stroll, discuss your plans and chalk your goals. I know you're strong.
So LSP, the light skin perspective. Oh yeah, that's Kenan right there hitting me up. Let me know the followers live.
That's right. Girl, it's you and me. It's you and me. All right. We gonna do our thing. We gonna do our thing. That's right. Girl, it's you and me. Girl, it's you and me. All right. Keep it moving.
I got this suited and booted.
You know what I'm saying? That's the old saying. Born alone, die alone.
Suited and booted.
Gotta enjoy with somebody else.
Suited and
I'm trying to
booted.
not nobody else.
What was that, man?
It's like you living together. The only focus,
Yeah, I just oh yeah, okay, I got you.
you and I. Not
My
worry
bad.
about that nonsense and that
Admit.
negativity and all those rumors and things of that nature.
Yeah, let me turn this one. Let me turn the IG down because that shit always interferes. I gotta put my other Bluetooth for that one,
God is me and you.
so there's no interference. It's like, why can't? Yeah. Why? Oh shit, I fucked up. Like, why can't all this shit just be in sync at the same time? You know what I mean?
Because we're broke.
I'm
That's why.
like, yo, I got the lag on the IG, and then I got my laptop. I guess the laptop was real time for me, and then I got it on my computer right in front of me, and that's like behind like 15 seconds. I don't even understand that shit.
I'm trying to do a watch party. How do you?
What on Facebook?
Yeah, because before we were able to
Oh,
do
you know
a watch
what?
party. Oh wait,
Oh, you know what? Because I'm editing the title, so you probably can't do shit with it right now. I'm like,
Okay.
I literally was in the process of editing the title.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Like 1 second, just to put our cash apps up. Yeah, nothing major.
Oh yeah, let me put the. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put the Cash App on the Instagram.
Man, why the fuck is why my Bluetooth ain't working? This shit's whack. All right, let me try something. Turn down the volume. All right, hopefully that works. Say something. Hey,
What's up?
you heard me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh shit! I think you're gone. I don't see you in the. Oh no, I got you. Say something. Say test it.
What's up?
Dude, I literally, I put the volume on mute on my fucking phone, and I got the shit on Bluetooth, and it's for some reason it's overriding all of that, and it's still talking like I can hear IG through my phone, but I'm gonna just have to deal with it. Fuck it. How about now, let me?
I can hear you in my
headphones. Okay, you know what? You know what it is? I figured it out. The IG, when you when we connect on IG, the volume that they use is the phone volume. It's like the phone call volume, not the media volume. That's what it is. Because when I push volume down, like I see the phone icon. I don't see like the media, like the Bluetooth icon.
Crap! How do I?
No, I can't hear you. So that's good. That's perfect. So that's what it was. So I just figured out some other shit just now.
I can't fucking delete this comment. Okay, let me Cash App.
Oh yeah. Let me do that right now. My bad. Life perspective. Cash App. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. Mogrizzle. And Kenan Floyd.
What up?
Good, man. We covering all kinds of things. Hit us with your thoughts. All right, so I just saved the post, so you should be able to. You should be able to do a What the fuck? Why am my brain freezing?
Yo, for you I strive so hard. At least I thought.
All right, let me turn it down a little bit. I can turn that down. But
Is that you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
me, man.
that sounds like a real song.
It is a real song. I was a musician, man. I used to do music, man. But now we can actually have it playing kind of like in the background, but we can just talk. I can even turn it like a little lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like one. The volume's on one. Just to have something in the background, you know? Yeah, man, but we got this all fired up, man. It's been so many crazy things. What did I tell you? Like Sunday, I was like, we didn't have a topic for today, right? And then I was like, yo, give it a couple of days.
Yo, just being black in America is a topic
Dude.
within itself.
You know what? I'm gonna stop this for now. I'm gonna stop this for now. Oh, I put it on one. Okay. Yeah, man. It's
just being fucking black is a topic within itself.
And when the trouble fills up,
it's rough. And you know the crazy shit is like, you know, I had a couple of things in mind to talk about, but it's like to cover everything that happened in the last couple of days, dude. Yeah, we probably be on here till like 2 a.m. So we gotta we just have to pick and choose, man. I mean, but before we even get into anything, let's just talk about like what the fuck. How were your last few days, motherfucker?
My last few days have been busy as shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been working and stuff, and I'm working on the TV pilot, and
nice.
I have the table read tomorrow.
Yeah, we got that read, baby. Got that read, yeah.
So basically, I mean, someone told me today that I should do videos about like making it in Hollywood and all that stuff, but you know, I haven't really. I'm doing things like everyone else.
Still in the grind.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
plenty of writers, and there's plenty of producers, and there's plenty of people that are aspiring to do something great.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not special, but you know, it feels good to actually have stuff moving.
Yeah, facts, man, facts.
This COVID thing has been a blessing in disguise. Excuse my French. It's a blessing in disguise, because some of the people that I got to actually like read the shit wouldn't have had time to read it unless we were all in the house.
That's bad. That's so true.
Now everyone's bored, and they're like, "Yeah, nigga, I'll read your shit." Like it's like
people thirsty for work right now, man. It doesn't matter what it is, man. Shit.
And a lot of the production companies and studios now, they're looking for content.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not trying to spend a lot of money.
Yo, if you're trying to do business with somebody at this point and they say they too busy for you, them motherfuckers just don't fuck with you, because
they don't like you.
And that applies to the bitches too. Like, you know, if you're just trying to talk to a chick or whatever, and she's acting all busy or what have you, man, it's like, you busy doing what? Going to Walmart, buying meat, fighting for toilet paper?
There's a lot of essential workers out there, son.
They essentially collect their unemployment.
I ain't trying to see no chicks during the COVID.
Man, listen.
I told you the story. Wait, go ahead.
No, at this point, I'm in such a dry spell. Like they shared this picture. They was like, let me try to ruin everybody's day. And it was this old granny with these like saggy breasts, and she was holding on, and they were spilling over in her hands like freaking cake batter. And then like to the side, you can see like some dude's like jacking off and like coming on her. But the picture like looks kind of it's not a cartoon, it's a real picture. But they altered it in a way so I guess Facebook is not flagging it. And you see the dude's, he's like projectile.
He's coming on her face. Just say,
I'm trying to be nice.
He's coming on her face.
He's like,
And
the
Mo Green
caption,
was like, yeah. Mo Green was like, yeah, nigga.
yo, I was like, man,
Mo Green was like, get it, Gramps.
I was like, it was a young dude she was with
It
though.
was a
She had to
young
be like
dude.
90.
Ugh.
Yeah, he was like 24.
He must
And
want a PS4
yo,
or 5.
check this. I was like, man, the shit is so dry right now. That shit looked wonderful to me. I would at this point, I just want to just a couple minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? Once I relieve myself and defile the elderly woman, I'm gonna feel disgusting about it. But leading up to it, man, I'm starting to remember porn dialogue. That's how bad it is right now, man.
Porn dialogue.
The dialogue. I know the setups. I know the different camera angles. I know the trigger words for position change.
What was the first porn you ever watched?
The first porn, let me think. The first porn I ever watched, back in like the early 90s, there was this channel on cable called the Spice Channel. And if you had a cable box, there's a way you could have manipulated the box and you can kind of see it, but everything will be a little swiggly. So that probably was my first official porn. And then my mom's, back in like the early 90s, she used to date this guy. He had like a nice like loft apartment, like 4 or 5 bedrooms, and he had all the cable channels. And back then the Spice Channel was a part of the package, was the adult channel. So I'm like 12 or 13 years old watching Spice. So around like 11, like 12 years old, around that time. Totally fucked my mind up. Wasn't the first time I saw a porno. The first time I actually saw actual porn was in a magazine. It was like, I was like 9 years old in New Jersey, and it was just like in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, we just came across this crumpled up, sticky magazine with just penises inserting into vaginas. It was so disgusting, but it was like, that was shaping my mind. You know what I mean? And it's funny because like, flash forward to like 1993. Back then, you know, I was 13, so I can't go to no porno store, nothing like that. But I remembered finding porn in the woods. So I would always go in the woods, like by the train tracks where the homeless people was. And I would always find porn. I would always find magazines and shit, like sticky pages and shit, like whatever.
Oh, that's weird. So you have DNA all over you.
DNA all. I probably gave myself.
You know what they say? You know what they say? They say girls that sleep with dudes, they carry that DNA with them for the rest of your life. So you got homeless people DNA in your system.
So you trying to say I'm a girl?
No, I'm saying you got homeless people DNA all over you. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm gonna reverse that question to you. When was the first time you ever came across, you know, because we both XJWs. Oh, I got a funny side story before you get into it. This guy I used to study with, I'll say his name because he was a good friend of mine, Roy Forrest. Jamaican family. They used to live in Cheshire, Connecticut. Had a huge ass house. He was studying to be a doctor. His sister was studying to be lawyers. His brother was like
a doctor.
His brother was he was like the head cheerleading coach of UConn, like in the mid-90s. Diesel motherfucker. Anyway, long story short, we was getting ready to go to like in a convention or an assembly. So we would always stay. I would stay at this place in Cheshire. Then we would drive to New York from there. I don't know what happened in this big labyrinth of the house, but I just found like the youngest brother had this huge pornography stash, like Michael Jackson proportions, like huge, like magazine.
Michael Jackson proportions? What the fuck?
They said Michael Jackson had a vault of pornography. Sidebar, no gay porn was found and no pedophilia porn was found. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't think he did it. But anyway.
It's just regular porn.
Regular porn. But check this. I found all this porn. So here I am.
Jake, stay tuned. We got some good stuff we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, we had a Bible study, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's weird because his mother and his father wasn't into it, but all the siblings, like Roy and his brothers and stuff, they were into it. So it was kind of strange. But anyway, here I am over there to study, getting ready for an assembly, and then I just find like a large ensemble of porn. And then his sister, at the time, she's maybe like a couple years younger than me. She used to hit on me while I was in the house, and she had mad big titties. But I was trying to be faithful, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, she like put her arm around me. I was like, yo, like, no. And then the brother was like, what happened? Like, I embarrassed her.
I remember when I was 6 years old, my mom used to have Bible study with this one lady who had a daughter that wanted me to be her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Norbit when they're kids with Eddie Murphy?
Of course.
Well, you know that scene. Where what's the big girl's name?
Rasputia.
Yeah, her. When they're kids, she goes up to him in the beginning. She's like, "You got a girlfriend?" He's like, "No." He's like, "What you do now?" That's exactly what it was like. I would play with the kids while my mom would have Bible study. And this girl comes up to me and she's like, "You're my boyfriend now." And I remember one time I had my first kiss when I was 6. She kissed me, but she dipped me. You know what I mean? She dipped me.
Oh, she like you was dancing and shit, and she just
no, she grabbed so.
Yeah,
so
when you dip them low, like
when guys grab a girl in the 40s and they dip them and kiss them, she grabbed me and dipped me. She dipped me backwards and kissed me, and she's like, "This is how they kiss in the movies." So she kissed me, but when she kissed me, she didn't like open her teeth, and neither did I. So it was teeth. It was teeth on teeth.
It was like Transformers punching each other.
So
when you hear the song by what's it called? There it is. When he said, "Now dip, baby, dip, baby, dip." Come on,
I get horrible flashbacks.
Yeah, you get like the PTSD
of teeth pressing against teeth.
When you listen to Tag Team, it makes you. It reminds you when your teeth clang together. Y'all was.
I was like, "Oh Lord!" And then I remember we were leaving, and she was like downstairs. She was like, "Yeah, he's my boyfriend." And the adults just laughed. They just laughed. I think something was going on with that girl.
That was planting the seed of corruption in your perverted mind, man.
Nah, it was gross.
But how about your first encounter? I had a long, drawn out story.
No, my first I saw the girls of Penthouse. The girls of Penthouse in Walden Bookstore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yep.
Yo, porn.
It didn't have the plastic on it. And the first scene I saw was two
like video,
women.
Yeah.
It was pictures. It was a magazine.
But like, how about like actual like porn video though?
Oh, I got this VHS in school, and I can't remember what. There was 2 that I saw when I was in middle school. One was Smart Ass Vacations with Christina King and Saber. And then the second one was Confessions of Christy. Confessions of Christy with Christy Canyon.
Oh, the big city. Oh, that's in the mid '90s. That's in the late '90s when like super huge boobs was a thing.
Yeah, it was Christy Canyon,
Score magazine,
and TT Boy.
Oh yeah, TT Boy,
who was like in every video I used to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I can't remember which one I saw first. I can't remember if it was Confessions of Christy or Smart Ass Vacations.
Yeah, it's bad because I remember a lot of like it was all about the huge fake breasts during that time. So it was like it's called the Score Group. So you had like Danita Dunes. My favorite one of all time was Angelique or Angelic, however you pronounce her name. She's from Brazil. I mean, there's so many. Sika. Well, that's way back though. Sika and Vanessa Del Rio. That's like 70s. But during like the late 90s, it was all about big titties and flat asses. Yo, that shit. It's Chloe Viviri. Woo, Chloe was good, man. Yo, it's who else? Penelope Pumpkins, Lisa Up. Lisa
I don't
Up.
remember any of these people.
Lisa Up. I'm a little, you got to figure that I'm a little bit older than you. Like a lot of you, see, I bet you, I know your porn era. Your porn era. Older. You're growing not what 8 years, if that, but you're growing up porn era. I could pinpoint it by our age difference. Is the booty talk era. The booty talk era. Booty talk 1, 2.
Eric,
3.
when did someone switch a porno tape in school? When did that happen? Oh boy. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, your era was the booty talk. Remember booty talk, the booty talk videos?
Oh yeah, Booty Talk 3.
That was booty around your time.
Booty Talk. I remember Booty Talk 27. Had Alexis Amore in it.
Alexis Amore, wasn't she tough?
Well, I mean, it was like when she first started out too.
Yeah, and,
it was like one of her first videos.
And back then, go ahead.
And then there was the Ghetto Booty series.
Yeah.
With Mr. Marcus.
What about
Steele?
What about Jake Steed, Freaks, Hoes, and Flows when he used to always rap?
Oh no, I never saw that. The thing I liked about the Ghetto Booty series is there was always an MC that was there.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I think his name was like Spanky or some shit.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Like, and it was definitely West Coast, and he would be like,
definitely West Coast.
He'd be like, yo, cuz check it out. We here, we up here, we done. Like he would never be saying. He would never say. He would be talking, but he's not saying anything.
Yo,
he's not saying anything. He's like, yo, cuz check it out, cuz we out here, we doing big things, we are getting it in, we doing our thing, and he just keeps repeating himself over and over again.
You know who used to produce a lot of those videos back then? Famous hip hop producer, Yella from NWA. He was in a lot of them shits, man. He never acted in it, but he produced a lot of them. Snoop Dogg was in a couple of them just to promote the video. He wasn't sexually in it, but it was another rapper named Lil Half Dead. He had a song called 12 Pack of Doja that was pretty popular in 95. He definitely did a couple of porno videos with Jamie Foxworth from Family Matters. But he didn't have sex with her. He had sex with
that's a sad, the Jamie Foxworth story is a sad story.
Jamie Foxworth, she was with Mr. Marcus and Jamie Foxworth was with Jake Steed. I'm sorry. I don't know how I remember all this. And then he was with some other chick. I think all he did was he slapped his penis against her forehead. I don't know how I remember. That's great.
I was a big Family Matters fan, and the story of Jamie Foxworth is very sad because Jamie Foxworth was dope on Family Matters.
Yeah, she was. You know what happened? Do you know the story? Why she got into it?
Well, then I don't know. Steve Urkel had something to do with it, and they didn't want to share screen time.
Nah, I think what happened was her parents like mismanaged her, and they like asked for too much money because basically they were spending up all her money. You know what I'm saying? And they tried to negotiate a bullshit deal.
So she was like the Black Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, they tried to negotiate a bullshit deal. So they cut her out. They didn't even explain. They don't even talk about her leaving or nothing. She just like it's something. She's like an alternate universe character almost.
She went upstairs and never came down.
She never came back. And then the fact that she still had a pretty big name. So she said she was getting like $10,000 a scene for doing a porn movie. She only did like 6 of them, like about 6.
Yeah, of them. I mean, but she was great. She was great on.
Yo, the wild shit because I was really on Booty Talk heavy. I think she's in Booty Talk 26. I'm not exactly sure. Oh. But she did a scene with Lexington Steele, like she's sitting on like this bar chair. You know what I'm saying? Her butt cheeks is oiled up and her booty cheeks is hanging off of it. He hit it from the back. That was one of my favorite scenes ever. But at the time when I first saw it, I didn't know that was her. You know what I'm saying? Because she was, she was growing up and she was dialed up, so you didn't know who she was. And 3 or 4 years later, I'm like, oh shit. So I just got this like unhealthy obsession with looking for stars that like fell off and had to do porn. And there's more of them than you realize. Mate, you watch Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
You know Maitland Ward?
No, who's that?
She was in White Chicks too. She was the girl in White Chicks. She was one of the lead. She was one of the sisters. She is one of the biggest porn stars in the world right now, dude.
Oh man, I have to check that out after
Maitland Ward, and I guess that's when they did Girl Meets World. I think it was trying to do a reboot, but they wasn't fucking with her because she does porn now. But she's like
Disney's like, oh no.
I won't. I should show. I could show who she is without showing the actual pornography.
I mean, you can show her face.
Yeah, I saw her face. So
you don't have to be nasty.
Yeah, because I had a whole bunch of windows open, prepared for like what we're going to talk about potentially, but I did not know we were going to go in this direction. But I'll show you her, man, bruh. That's all I gotta say. Maitland Ward, images. Oh yeah, this is fine. I can show you this. This is fine. So
the redhead from Boy Meets World. Oh man, all right.
You see her already? Did it come up?
No. Show me the picture.
Oh, okay. Share. Man, all I gotta say is have fun.
Oh damn! All right.
Yo, but she's like, the thing is, if you look at her story, she didn't really do it out of desperation.
Oh no, she was the one when they went to college.
I guess so. I didn't watch
Boy Meets World. They went to college.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
I didn't get that far. I stopped watching it.
No, that's where she appeared on.
Yeah.
Someone said Mo a pornologist.
Yo, but check this though. She pornologist is hilarious.
Yeah.
She didn't do it, but she didn't do the porn because she was out of desperation. The thing is, like, once the show slowed down, she was always a freak. She always had freak tendencies. And then when stuff like Cam Soda and Fans Only and stuff like that came up, you could just make hundreds of thousands of dollars just for showing your feet and your titties and shit. So she was man. When the acting roles was coming through, that's what she was doing, and she was like, "Fuck it, I'm a freak anyway. I might as well get money for this.
I wonder what
I'm going away.
Pay to see my feet. A lot of
people. She's worth like $6 million, man. Hey, yo, but like, cause she brings her acting skills to the porn, so she don't look like a lump on a log, and she doesn't overact like she's very, very, very aggressive, man. She's dope.
Do you remember when porno used to be a little bit more humble? You know, like you would watch porno videos and it would be like the plumber would come or the pizza guy would come and then they would get some. Oh, I don't have any. Hey King, we're in a pandemic right now, so we gotta stay inside.
Stay inside, baby. What do you call it? What is tough?
Like people, I brought pizza. Oh, I don't have any money. Or I'm here to fix the closet. Okay, right. I don't have any money, right? But now it's like, oh, this is your boat? Like that's how pornos start now. Oh, all of this is your house?
Well, you gotta figure, yo, dude.
I'm like, God damn.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Somebody's eating off of this shit. Joe Rogan, he said something very poignant. He was like sex is something that everybody does, but nobody likes to talk about. Porn is something that everybody watches, but nobody likes to talk about it. Like somebody's making money off of this shit, man. If I don't have the most morals in the world, but if I had like a little bit less morals, I think I would just say fuck comedy and fuck entertainment and just hop in this shit full ass cheeks in, man. Dick in.
You would be the beige Ron Jeremy.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, like, I'm not, like my competition is like one of the.
By that, I mean you'll wear a t-shirt during your sex.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I could work. You know what? I could work out. I'm still young enough where I can go hard and work out for like 60 days and get in shape. No problem. But
I admire Ron Jeremy.
I can't compete. What was you gonna say?
I admire Ron Jeremy because he's fat and he wears t-shirts in his.
But like this cat can't. Ron Jeremy could never maintain an erection in his porn. That shit is pathetic. He like when he smashes.
I've never really seen him. I just saw.
When he has sex, he has to squeeze like the end of it to make this like faux hard on to do it. It's like it's pretty sad. But I like watching his porns because it's like. It makes me feel like I have a chance for some of these bitches. I'm like, if this fat, disgusting hedgehog motherfucker can get these broads, I could too. The only difference is they're being paid a handsome amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
And Mo Green is just like, hey, I'm funny.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm funny. Why don't you come over here? If he could do it,
because I can't compete with these younger porn stars. All these cats got abs. Ain't no fat porn stars like. If you look at porn stars nowadays, they all either slim or they got abs. Like, look at Lil D. This cat like 19 years old, man. He done smashed like Sarah J, all these like up and coming porn stars. But she's a childhood fantasy though. Think about it though. She's still a fan. Like back in her heyday.
I don't know.
But just pick a popular porn star's name and home smashed it. He's 19. He's had better buns than both of us combined, man. And he's been in this earth a fraction of the time. So you see stuff like that, and it's just like tempting, like, yo, damn, maybe I should just do it. But it's just like, I'm way past my prime, man. Me trying to become a professional porn star at this age with the mileage of my penis is like me like thinking I want to like be a professional NBA player. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just train and try to get to the league at 41 with no basketball experience.
I mean, you could do it fans only.
I could. I got a lot of personal videos. I definitely could, but I would have
all right.
I got like over 60 of them, man. I definitely could, but I would have to take it out. Like a lot of these chicks I don't want to talk to no more, but you never know. I start putting stuff out there, I start making money, then all of a sudden, like a chick, her husband comes across the video somehow, and now I'm getting sued. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the new Harvey Weinstein.
I don't know about that.
Well, you know what I mean. From a digital standpoint, not like taking pussy, but still releasing,
putting
yeah,
putting it up there.
yeah, like revenge porn. Well, basically, what it is that it's something. I forget the exact name of it because it's not illegal to share porn, but you have to have that other person's permission. So you need some type of model release. But I do release the ones where there's no face, it's just booty cheeks, and me hitting it from the back. There's a couple of those out there. I have a porn hub. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I do have one.
Is it mogrizzle?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not telling you what it is.
Mo Green got Pornhub.
I got a porn hub. I'm about to start X videos too. Whatever. Start sharing my comedy on it.
I know too many people that do porn.
Yo, you live in like Porn Valley, man.
I mean, I'm talking about people from like back east too that live in, you know, that work at Waffle House. You know what I mean? Like they by day they're cooking eggs and toast,
right.
But by night they're having someone slobbing on them.
Yo, man, I think that shit is awesome, though. Like, I wish like there wasn't so much taboo with porn and just like swinging and just having a good time, man. Yo, regardless of how effed up the world is and what's going on and what's wrong, yo, are you like say all this shit all this crazy stuff we're gonna get into it too. All this crazy from the killer bees to the stealth bombers, you know what I mean, to the innocent black people getting shot. All this shit happening. COVID virus. If you have 4 or 5 bad Brazilian bitches or Dominican chicks in your room right now twerking on you with baby oil, tipsy, are you thinking about any of that shit?
I'm like, Black Lives Matter.
You're not thinking about none of that. You're not thinking about none of that. Now, let me take it a step further.
Bring those black booty cheeks over here.
Yo, if like every man on the planet, you know, every night, or at least every other night, had some like a orgy or at least a twosome or a threesome, like 2-3 bitches, and this happened with every man on earth every day, there would be no war. That would be what would you fight about?
Well, it would certainly be less mass shootings. Because if you notice, like a lot of kids that are shooting up schools and stuff, it's because it's mainly because the girl that they like doesn't like them or whatever, right? Like when you go and listen to when you read their manifest and stuff like that, they're like, I asked Susie to the dance. She said no, so I decided to blow up the 4th grade. It's like, what?
Like what?
It's like that doesn't make no damn sense. So what's happening is you got a lot of people that are just deprived and they don't know what to do. So then they want to take their frustration out on the world.
There's something definitely related to like sexual frustration and people doing males doing acts of aggression. Women don't act out aggressively because of sexual frustration. If a woman is sexually frustrated,
they create shows like Insecure.
Yeah, if a woman is the only reason why a woman is sexually frustrated is because she's being approached by guys that she's not attracted to, or whoever she's sleeping with does not know how to please her. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
she has her fair share of options. So.
It's interesting to me how many guys have never seen their significant other have an orgasm.
Say it again.
It's interesting to me how their significant other has never had an orgasm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be at like old people be at their funerals and stuff. It's like, oh, I loved Ernie, but I never came. We were married 65 years and I never came. It's like, what nigga? Like,
what's the statistic? They say that only 30% of women orgasm, something like that. But yo, I found something out too though. Sometimes women like they orgasm, but they don't really know they don't know what it is though. They don't know what's happening to them. Like this one chick, she used to say that like. She didn't know if I made her come up. Like her leg would involuntarily twitch at times, and she would get super wet. And I'm like, baby, this is the orgasm right here. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't know what it is, they just think nobody explains to them what it is, then they just assume they're just bugging out or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's
like
weird.
if nobody ever told you like when you first came, not to get too personal, but when you first came, if nobody ever told you what that was, if you never had the information that this is what an orgasm was, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know you were orgasming whenever you was with somebody. If you did not know what it was, if somebody had to tell you what that was. You know?
I would just be like, why do I have 10 kids? this
Oh, you don't got
this
to
is
orgasm.
bullshit.
You don't got to orgasm to have kids, bro. Pre-cum too, man. Man. All right, but let's get into some stuff, man. We talked about
we did get into some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as far as what's going on in the news, man, that case with hold up, I got it right here. I just don't want to I want to have names, I want to have accurate names and say the right specific thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think I lost. Yeah. What the hell? Murder hornets? No. What's the name of the guy that got shot in Georgia a couple months ago? And it was at Brunswick, Georgia. That was jogging. Armand Arby.
Yeah, I can't pronounce
his name. Was Armand Arby, man. And just watching it, man. That shit was some disheartening shit. And it's just one of those things. It's like, man, it's like Trayvon Martin all over again, man. You know, from what we see, the guy's just jogging, and I would say he tries to run around a car, and then he gets into a scuffle. Like one of the son hops out, he gets into a scuffle. The guy's a shotgun, and he winds up shooting him in the gut, and he collapses. And that's it.
It's almost like people don't want us to defend ourselves.
Yeah,
and that's
nuts, man.
and that's the bullshit.
Hell yeah,
because. Like, I don't know. It's anyway. What are you gonna say? I know what I want to say, but
I'm just watching it because I heard a couple of takes. Like, you know, there was I won't say like a famous YouTuber's name, but it was saying, why did he run towards a shotgun? He should have ran away from it. His thing was I see it as if you see somebody with a gun, sometimes you want to try to disarm him or whatever.
Oh no, I'm not blaming him for anything.
No, not at all. I'm just seeing different perspectives. He
was minding his own business, living his best life. He was minding his own business, living his best life.
And the sad thing is, I jog too. You know what I'm saying? I haven't jogged. It doesn't look like it. I haven't run in a while. But the scary thing about that is that something like that can happen, and there's always mimickers and imitators. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, okay, so we could just kill these niggas while they running. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was gonna get back out on the road, and it's like. It makes me a little more, even though when I jog though, I'm suited and booted. Like I got the gloves, I got the biker pants, you know, I got the shorts. Like I look like a runner when I have all my shit on.
People see you and they're like, ew.
If you can't, because
they're like kids going to the house.
Like you can clearly see that I'm dressed to run. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. And I'm not putting the blame on him, you know, for what happened to him or what have you. But like when I'm out there, it clearly looks like I'm running, but you can still get killed. But to know that something like that can happen when you're just jogging around, man, like it's like not only are we worried about COVID-19 randomly getting us sick when we go outside.
And murder hornets.
We could worry and murder. We got fucking murder hornets, man.
And all that shit. On top of that, we also got to worry about getting shot. I mean, and it's also too the police have been more aggressive with black people that haven't social distance either.
Yeah.
Like in New York, there's parks. I talked to a friend of mine today in New York. There's parks with just filled with people, and they're handing out masks. But in Brownsville, they're beating the shit out of black people.
Yeah.
I mean, and it gets to a point, and it's gotten to a point where I'm not blaming the victims. I'm not blaming.
No.
People keep trying to say, well, it's because they did this or they were aggressive or they didn't comply. No, I'm not. The first time there was police, there's been enough examples of police brutality that if you're a police officer and you're around a bunch of black people, you would think that they would be like, oh, well, maybe I should be careful of my actions because I'm going to be on tape. You would think after a while they would be like, oh, I should actually watch what I do around people.
Yeah. And these guys, I mean, they're not trying to like neutralize the situation. They're not trying to stop a criminal. They're trying to kill, man. Like you see a dude got on basketball shorts jogging, and from I guess like once the tape started, like we catch like the tail end of it or whatever. But they had to have driven in front of him and stopped, and he's just trying to run around him and shit or whatever. How the person whoever filmed it happened to be in that position at that time. You know what I mean? I mean, that was fortunate that he was able to record that.
And it's because they think that they're better than people. They think that they're better in this case than black people.
Yeah.
And another thing too that people don't realize is this is why it's like a superiority thing. I don't have to give you any information if I don't want to. No. I don't have to give you any information.
Especially if you're not the authorities.
Yeah, if you're just some dude that comes out your house and you're like, yo, who are you? I don't have to talk to you.
But yo, I'm gonna tell you something. People are getting really, really bold as far as the social distancing shit, because like now a lot of white people, they're just acting like police, even if they're not cops. Like sometimes I'll be going out to go to work to do Instacart, and then one of my neighbors across the street, where you going? Blah blah blah. I'm like, going to work, and I'm like, she never talks to me. I'm like, why are you asking me where the fuck I'm going? Like that's none of your business. I'm like, yo, I'm about to have an orgy with like 8 bitches. That's what I should say.
It's literally none of your business.
Yo,
I literally don't have to tell you shit.
Check this how something could have went sour in my situation. I was shopping at a Stop and Shop or whatever, and then my cell phone was about to die before I could finish my order. And it was like a whole bunch of items. I had it was like an 80 item order, and I had like 15 items left, like 3% of my phone. So I had to go to my car, and I told the clerk, I was like, listen, leave this cart to the side. I'm almost done. But my phone's about to die. So I go out, get my charger, come back in, and I find a bench, with an outlet. And so I'm charging my phone, and I'm just waiting. I got to wait till it charges to about 15%, like 10, 15 minutes, whatever. So some old lady pushing a cart. I think she had a mask on, too. And then she's like, I was like, what? She's like, you're not supposed to hang out. I said, actually, I'm not hanging out. I'm actually working. I'm just waiting right now. If he really wants to know. I was like, I could think of 1,000 other places that I would rather hang out than hang out at Stop and Shop. You know what I mean? But like, just a situation like that, like if I was a gangster or some thug shit, I'm like, yo, fuck you, old ass bitch. I like to hang out. Ain't watching that shop.
for no reason. For no reason at all. You old ass bitch. Mind your business.
But
you
the way
you should be home anyway. The COVID's out getting you, son.
Yeah, you the highest risk. You worrying about me? Your old ass CPAP ass should be in the crib right now. You know what I mean?
You're just aggressive to this old woman for no reason.
But I didn't though. I wasn't. But the thing is, like that old ass lady would never talk to me in any type of situation in life ever. And she said it kind of condescending. You shouldn't be out. Like she was kind of scolding me almost. The only reason why she even has this kind of confidence because the vibe right now is we have to police each other, tell everybody to stay inside. That's why you got one half of motherfuckers getting on people that don't wear masks and vice versa, telling people what to do. People getting mad if you go into the stores. I think I was on the phone in the store, but it was kind of muffled. I think I was talking to you, matter of fact. And I had my mask on. I was talking, and the lady, she like mumbled on the radio, you gotta keep your mask on. But I barely heard her, and I think I was talking to you or whoever else. So I didn't pay it no mind. But I'm like,
what's up with people in Connecticut?
Yo, it's mad motherfuckers getting bold, man. Like trying to sell
those elderly citizens are getting bold as fuck, son.
Yo, I'm 5'11". I'm a 260-pound man, and some 4'90" old white lady, more than one, has the courage to just pop shit at me, man. You know what I mean? And that's just a microcosm. Imagine how much of that
popping off at the mouth, son. You need to teach them a lesson.
Yo, imagine how much of that shit is happening all over the U.S. It's almost like they want to start a race war, man. I swear, man.
Well,
it's crazy.
This is my philosophy. White people cannot lead revolutions.
You said white can't?
White people cannot lead revolutions.
Who the hell led the Revolutionary War?
Yeah, but they didn't give a fuck about the slaves.
The slaves helped. We helped them motherfuckers.
No, the British were like, hey, slaves, if y'all come to Canada and fight
Yeah,
for it,
yeah.
you have slaves that are like,
Yo, imagine if you so you got the revolutionary side and you got the British. Imagine if you seen like a nigga with the British clothing on shooting at other black people. That shit is fucked up.
no, he would be shooting white people. He would just be like, he'd be like, poppycock, and he'll hold
Because it was
musket
black
like this.
It was black, yo. Niggas always fought on both sides of the army. You know what I'm saying? Like it always is like
Well,
that.
most of a lot of times it was against, like, for example, during the Civil War, a lot of slaves fought with the Confederates.
Yeah, with the Confederacy.
No, because they were property. They're like, oh, I'm not going to send my sons. I'm going to send Jethro and Methuselah.
Yeah, I think Kanye West, like his great grandfather, probably was on the Confederacy side.
I don't know. He's like,
you see we had his Let me see if I can find that shit. Kanye West had the Confederate outfit on, man.
Kanye, General West.
Yeah, man. Wake up, Mr. West. That shit
Robert
is
E. Lee is like General West. He's like, my name will be immortalized forever, forever, ever, forever,
forever, ever. Let me see.
What were we talking about?
Oh no, we were just talking about how
No, but
if they're trying to start a race war or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like the way things are kind of panning out.
I don't know if they're trying to start a race war, but it looks like they are. Like when they were doing those protests about going back to work and not being inside.
Uh-huh.
What if I agree with them? You know what I'm saying? What if I'm like, yo, I don't want to be inside for the coronavirus either. But then you show up, you have white nationalists that show up with Nazi flags and Confederate flags, which, by the way, isn't this nation's flag? So I don't know how you can be a white nationalist and have losing flags from different countries. But
right.
Ugh.
Yeah, that jacket kind of fly though.
Kanye West. Kanye West and his
it's just it's just a bugged out time, man. It is. I mean, I don't. What advice do you give a black person though? You know what I mean?
Well, the advice I give to black people is to stick up for yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, like, for example, people try to justify the killing of black people by saying there's black on black crime. Well, yeah, but black on black crime's not a thing. Black on black crime is crime.
It's crime.
Because the difference is
you kill who you're next to. I'm sure that plenty of Germans
killed other Germans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But systemically killing Jews is a whole different type of thing.
It's a different ballgame. They say black on black crime. It's like 98. It was like 98% of the black people are killed by blacks, but then it says 97% of white people are killed by whites. You know what I mean? So it's people kill who they're in close proximity to.
And Eric, that's true. That's true that the media and the government is doing a divide and conquer. However, if we're going to work together, then someone has to be willing to work together.
Yeah, man.
Like the protest would be an example of coming together,
right?
If we wanted to. But when you show up, and not you, I mean in general, when you show up with the Nazi flag, that's not opening it up for me to join you.
Facts. I think the main thing that can help us are the people that we put in political office, the people that we put in as far as in our police stations and things of that nature. We have to put black people in office.
We need black people in office. We need black people in Congress.
But then the black people that are in office, the black people that work for these police precincts and et cetera, they got to get past that blue shield and think black first, man, when these things start to happen. And they have to start to speak up, man, because all this racist shit that happens in all these different police precincts, you can't tell me that none of these niggas know what's going on that work with them, though. Come on now. None of them know.
They should do what they did back in the 30s and 40s. Like, for example, in Harlem, they would have like black police officers that would walk the beat in Harlem. That's the way they used to do it when things were segregated.
You know what it is? It's called golden handcuffs, man. It's like you want to do the right thing, but the thought of you losing your paycheck that scares you. But then that's kind of on us. That's on us though. But that's on us as a people, because you know what? If we have certain leaders and certain people in position, we should give them the comfortability that if they are standing up for what's right and they do lose their jobs and their positions, we can still provide them with resources to continue to fight. You know what I'm saying? So if this police officer has to stand up against this cop that killed this guy or whatever, and he loses his job, you know what? He still got 14 million black people that each of them, they gave him $1. You understand what I'm saying? He still has $14 million. He can still fight the good fight and be the whistleblower or whatever it is they have to do. But we're too separated though. You know what I'm saying? To do that. But ideally, that's what we should do. Because look at not Trayvon Martin, but George Zimmerman. This motherfucker killed Trayvon Martin in cold blood. And they started a GoFundMe and they gave this nigga $400,000, man. That shit is.
They gave him $400,000 and he sold his gun. He sold his gun for $250,000 and somebody bought it.
And he was like signing autograph. Well, you know.
And he was we let him live long enough for him to have fans.
Well, you know what though? He has fans, but you know what? There's a lot of racist motherfuckers. So that there's plenty of white people that enjoy seeing black people die. So that doesn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing of we letting them live. George Zimmerman ain't going to no hood places. He ain't in Detroit. He not in Atlanta. He's staying in his gated. He like the Tekashi 6ix9ine of racism.
He's staying in his gated trailer park.
He like Tekashi talking all that shit behind the computer
with his
screen.
pet alligator.
You know, if he went to the right places, man, he would be executed fast. He knows where not to go. He's not fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So
like he rose up in that he rose up to the Blue Lagoon. He rose up to the Blue Lagoon in Atlanta to get some shrimp.
Like,
and then said they're like, yo, I think that's George Zimmerman.
Like the media, they try to spin it. Oh, you letting George Zimmerman live? How y'all black people let him live? You know what I'm saying? That's messed up.
I don't think the media say that. I think that's what
social media. And I'm like, nigga, we ain't letting him live. He just hidden. Shit. That's the thing about this internet, this computer, man. Like it creates all these different perceptions, man. Like we know what it is. He knows exactly what he's doing, man.
Yeah, you know what I learned from social media?
What's that?
That I ain't shit somehow. Every time I open social media, I learned that black men ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just over here. I'm just over here living my black life.
You gotta blame Tyler Perry for that.
Living my best black life, and then all of a sudden I ain't shit because I'm light skinned. I ain't shit because
you know what? Yeah, I'll take that back because Tyler Perry does paint light skinned black men in a good light in his movies. Because that's his fetish. Now let me stop because we probably
no Tyler Perry.
You trying to get into the game. You are almost in the movie game. And I'm saying
I'm trying to shoot my next movie at Tyler
Perry. Tyler Perry, I'm just joking. If you ever see this, which you won't, but if you ever see this, these is just jokes.
Let me invite Tyler Perry to this live so he can watch us talk shit about.
He makes light skinned brothers. He makes us paints us in a good light though. But he wouldn't cast us for his movies though at all. Like we both balding,
fat, no six pack.
We got to get in shape.
Look, I was watching Issa Rae's Insecure today, and I was feeling insecure. I'm like, damn, all these niggas got six packs and hairless butt cheeks.
Yo, you know how hard it is. Yo, you know how hard it is to get a six pack, dude. Back in 20.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of trying to get it now.
From 2012 to 2013, I jogged probably like hundreds of miles. I was eating right. I didn't drink for like a year. I dropped to about 205 pounds. You know, at my height, that's a pretty good look. And I still had a belly. I'm like, and I was working hard. Yo, you gotta work like a freaking mom, especially my metabolism. That shit is mad difficult.
I rode my bike to work for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a total of 10 miles each way. So I rode 20 miles a day.
That's actually good, man.
And I still jiggle when I cough.
I wouldn't, but after this shit with the dude getting shot from jogging, you shouldn't ride your bike, man.
At this point, I think all black people need to go jogging. I think all black people, we should have a mass jog out.
Then it's gonna be way more people getting shot.
No.
It's kind You know, you sound
I
like
guess some of us are gonna have to sacrifice because
yo.
I'm ready to fuck some people up. Oh,
Yo, you sound like the people that saying that we should just stop the quarantine. We should all just go outside. Whoever gonna die, gonna die. Whoever survives.
I mean, fuck these people. Oh, like, can you imagine if like a million black people start jogging and people are at that porches and they're, oh my god, they all look like suspects. What are you gonna do?
It's gonna be like the DC sniper, man. Just motherfuckers getting picked off like zombies and shit, man.
It's gonna be white people on their roofs with sniper rifles.
Yeah, man. Like the
with
Dawn of the
22s and scopes.
like Dawn of the Dead, man. Got another one. Nigger. Ooh, cracker by accident. Nigger. He was light skinned. I can't tell. Nigger.
No, we gotta get
but I agree with you. I think en masse, we gotta start doing stuff like that. Like, and that's the thing. Maybe more of us should jog in groups. You know, I think you're in a safer position if it's more than if going by yourself going with others as opposed by. That's actually a really good idea.
Get your jogging buddy.
Jogging crew.
Yeah.
You should have a jogging crew, but you should have a Glock. Like a small gun. Like, you ever see that movie? What's that movie about when they assassinated the president with and they had like a wooden gun with John Malkovich, I think, that came in one of
the assassination of Lincoln?
No, I forget. I forget what it was called, but he had this certain gun that it was like a plastic gun, and he can get through any airport with the shit. But he would put it together.
I know. Did he actually shoot the president in it, or did
I never saw the movie.
Stop him?
I used to the premise of the movie was dope, but I never saw that shit.
John Malkovich is trying to shoot the president.
Something like, yeah. He was like, I'm gonna kill the president.
Let's see, what's
awesome actor.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, it's with I think it's with Kevin Costner.
Bodyguard.
No, that's Whitney Houston.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
John. Nope, not that.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
No, it's not a Robin Hood movie. What movie was it?
Air Force One.
In the Line of Fire. That's what it was.
In the Line of Fire.
The Line of Fire. It was directed by Clint Eastwood. Yep.
Oh, Clint Eastwood's in it.
Yep. It says, Secret Service. Yeah, it's Clint Eastwood. My bad. I said, I don't know why I said. You
said Kevin Costner.
My bad.
Because they're both like,
they both old white niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
it was directed by.
Yeah, but John Malkovich is in it, and Clint Eastwood. Yep. It was directed by Wolfgang Peterson.
Did you
ugly ass Rene Russo? She's hideous. Ugh.
No, Rene Russo was dope in Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lethal Weapons.
She's ugly though. She has a long face.
No, she has a pronounced chin. Stop it. Hey, so let me restart my video.
Oh
because
yeah,
it's about to end.
Oh,
hey
yeah,
guys, everyone that's here, we're restarting the live real quick, so we'll see you guys.
Play some music
in a second.
Can you hear that music?
Wait, what music is that? Oh,
you hear music playing or no?
No, I don't.
All right. What the fuck?
All right, let me start this over again. You want to talk about Hollywood too?
As opposed
yeah,
to second guessing and wasting time, girl. Let's
I want to touch
them back to back. Then we drag we defeat opponents. They see the
I can hear it, right?
instantly.
Yeah, I can hear it now.
But we too old to take heed to haters. Let's stay focused. Ignore
Join me on live.
together
okay,
is of
okay,
more
okay.
significance.
That's all me right there though.
Girl, it's you and me. It's you and me.
Rap everything. That's all me.
Alright. We gonna do our thing. Let's try. Girl, it's you and me.
All right, join the live.
Keep it moving. Now when the pressure builds up, you gon' bow down like a slave and listen to her. And when the trouble fills up, you gon' lie down and change your positioning, girl. When you was into me, your eye was focused, but then your peripheral peripherals try to notice all the nonsense, all the hate.
You know I have music, did you, Kenan?
They trying to play
Yeah.
us. Rumors hold you.
Hey, can people on my IG live? Can you guys hear the music?
Can they
hear it?
Can they
I don't know.
protect
I'm asking.
The only way I'm gonna have to release the speaker, it would sound
Can they
That's
massage
okay.
and make your breakfast?
sound
Plant a
echoey.
seed for
the IG is like a little bit behind the fucking.
Hold your hand.
Man, why did you not pursue a career in
That's the
music?
plan. And chalk your goals.
I did,
know
it's
you're
just-
stronger. At least
I'm in Hartford, Connecticut. That's why nobody's in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, they'll hear shit, so they're missing out on this great opportunity. They're missing out on this great opportunity of hearing your music.
That's right.
Yo, Mo Green got beats, y'all.
I got a good song. This is one of my favorite ones I did right here.
No one can hear it.
They can hear it on hold on.
On Instagram, they can't hear it.
Keys on the boards. Big ups to my man. Help me get this thing together. It's Mo Q.
There's no way I don't know
You know
how
what
to
I'm
do it.
saying? ATL. Bring you something different for the old level.
Call me though.
Now I mean, about to hit you with something official. And it's like this.
Official, son.
Yo, what could I do? Or would I do? Convince you, girl, that I'm into you. You got like 3 gigs, minus kids. Still looking fresh with the flyest crib. I'm high as shit. When I'm in the mix, caramel complected, sweet like Twix shit. I might have to rewrite this. A million words couldn't describe this vibe she giving, but I'ma try to finish. Spit my words till my energy diminish. When she come around, I get chemically replenished. Keep me on point, she the remedy to send it. Beginning to the ending, I'ma keep it real. Always real, never conceal. Whatever she desire, I'ma try to get it. If she committed, we gon' live it. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? To the end of the world I will go to, just to reach you, cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. How can I show you that I wanna hold you? To the end of the world I will go to, just to reach you, cause you're worth it. All my love you deserve. Babe, let's make a date. Be at your doorstep 8:30. Wear the dress that caress your waist. Matching necklace that has me breathless. City steam for some comedy. Spin to the rust for some poetry. Hip tie stain for the martinis. So much to do, my boo in the beat. Black eyed style, we can vibe the jazz. Drinks on me, don't bring no cash. You don't have to ask, you deserve. It's all for you. You are worth how much worth? Let me describe your diamond raindrops from the sky. And my arms are open. I'ma catch you, precious, beautiful, luscious, special. You're the one, only one. Baby, I can't even front. Never be a number 2. You for me for you. I'm the one you should see. We can make a unity.
The only thing that sucks about singing,
all my love you
when it's the
deserve.
playback is always
You're
on.
the one, only one.
Always on.
Baby, I can't even front. Never be a number 2. You for me for you. I'm the one you should see. We can make a unity. All my love you deserve. How can I show you?
Yep.
Hold you.
That's a little bit of my shiznit.
So whatever happened to? How come you didn't keep pursuing music?
It was just one of those things, man, where
Because you have a whole studio album.
I do. I legit do. I got like 20 songs. I just lost passion, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly.
Hey Eric, what'd you think of Bill Green's music?
You want to tell you why? Music, it's too many moving parts. You got to find a producer, studio, and sometimes a band. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moving parts to go into like pushing somebody's like music career. And I didn't have the right parts. Me as an artist, I was fine, but I just didn't connect with like the right team to kind of push me in that direction. And the older I got, I just started losing interest in doing it as much. Like, not saying like in the future I won't like try to fuck around with some shit, and I definitely still sing in a lot of my comedy or what have you. But with comedy, it's one of the easiest arts to pursue in terms of it only requires yourself. You don't need like a studio, a producer, engineer, Pro Tools, like different like sequencing and mixing boards and all this bullshit. You just need a stage and a microphone. You know what I mean? So it's relatively easy to pursue in that respect, but it's still hard to master as far as being on stage. You know what I mean? And with comedy, I don't have to take myself as serious. Like when I was in R&B, like when I had my hair, I was always trying to be smooth with the clothes and shit. I was always like flossed out with the hats and the ties and all this.
Did you have people that would shoot other people for you?
Nah.
Because every musician has to have, every music artist has to have a nigga on speed dial. You know what I'm saying?
If I would have got more traction and people would have started to see me as a cash cow, I would have had that. You know what I'm saying? If I start paying other people and taking care of people, like people don't want the cash cow to be fucking fucked with. You know what I mean? So eventually it could have got to that point, but like I'm saying, like I haven't recorded a song in like, like 7 years, probably since 2013. But I know what it is. I've been recording music for over 20 years, so I know what it is to get into a studio. I know exactly what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as much of a struggle now if I had to go back to the studio than it was like 15 years ago. I know exactly what to do. I can sing better now. I know how to harmonize. I can hear notes a lot better. My writing got better. You know what I mean? But fuck that. Let me talk about this comedy. I got some R&B joints though. I got some joints. But I want to talk about they were saying obviously we got the COVID-19, right? And now they're saying that like this killer hornet from Japan.
No, son, they're called murder hornets.
Murder hornets from Japan. They said they were spotted in Washington. Check this. But guess when they were spotted? Like originally, they were spotted like in December, from what I hear, right? And around December is the same time that COVID-19 started popping off of Wuhan. Like this seems like weird, man. It almost seems like a biological weapon from our Far East brothers to try to take over the world, man. Because they say if those murder hornets like actually overtake the U.S. and start killing off the honeybees, man, that fucks up farming, that fucks up pollination, that will cripple the economy like a motherfucker. I don't know who said it. I think it was Einstein. He said that if all the bees went extinct, he said the world would go extinct in like a matter of days. Like something crazy, because they're responsible for pollinating a lot of the plants.
I mean, every part of the ecosystem, is there for a reason. So when you start taking away one component, then that means it throws the equilibrium out.
Yeah, man, that's some scary shit, man. And
someone said that the murder hornets were the Crips and the honeybees were the were the Bloods, or the murder hornets were the Bloods and the honeybees were the Crips.
That shit is nuts. I want because I'm trying to make our thing a little bit more interactive. So I wanted to share y'all the clip real quick of this murder hornet bullshit, man. All right, so this is the clip right here.
Murder hornet, son.
A new type of insect has arrived in the U.S., and its sting is strong enough to kill a human. Chris Martinez tells us about so-called murder hornets and what experts say they're hunting.
It looks like something out of a horror film with a name to match. This giant insect, nicknamed the murder hornet, is making a new home here in the U.S.
It comes straight out of Hollywood in terms of what you think an evil alien might look like.
Biological sciences professor James Nye says the invasive hornet species, which originates in Asia, is especially troubling for honeybees. The hornets hunt for food in beehives and can wipe a hive out in just a few hours, decapitating the bees in the process. An infestation could be devastating for beekeepers. The giant hornets have caused millions of dollars worth of crop damage in France.
These types of predators are largely generalists, so they're not only looking for honeybees, they'll be looking for native bumblebees or anything else that they can kind of catch.
But what makes the hornets even more terrifying is the threat they pose to humans. Their stings can deliver nearly 7 times the amount of venom as a honeybee, strong enough to kill. though they rarely attack unprovoked.
They are actually farmed as a delicacy in Asia, and it is something for those farmers they have to be very careful of.
The insect was first sighted in Washington state in December, and scientists say the hornets...
Yo, what's up with these Asian motherfuckers eating this poisonous shit that's harmful to human beings? Like
it's probably delicious.
But they didn't learn their lessons from bats.
I mean, who said that? Who said they were eating bats?
Like, they was definitely eating bats. You didn't see them videos of you.
I saw the video of them eating bats. But
the shit. Like they eating eating these different creatures that are harmful to us. Now you fucking farming these bees, like these horn.
I mean, they eat people in other parts of the world also eat crickets.
You can say what you want about Americans. You know what I'm saying? Americans, especially niggas, we love some chickens. But ain't no way in hell there's gonna be an American chicken somehow in Asia that's gonna kill. That's gonna cause some type of.
Hey, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that the American death chicken?
Yeah, the Popeyes virus.
The American apocalypse.
Yeah.
the American apocalypse.
No. The Popeyes apocalypse.
Started. The Popeyes apocalypse has now come to Asia.
They traced it back to the zero patient at Martin Luther King Boulevard in Detroit.
Martin Luther King Boulevard. The Popeyes apocalypse is now attacking us.
And now all of a sudden,
watch out! All these death chickens.
They have this random
choking chickens.
Like you would never see a random chicken that originated in Detroit that is somehow in Shanghai, China. You want to see that shit? What the fuck?
I think China. I think China has its own.
Yo, they making power moves, man. But yo, speaking of that, but also because we'll talk a little bit more about China, man. Did you hear that they made they developed a stealth bomber, right?
That could take out murder hornets.
It's a stealth bomber that has nuclear weapons, and it can reach Los Angeles.
Who, China?
Yeah. Yep. I'll show you the shit right now, man. This shit is bonkers. Hold up. Screen share.
I mean, did they already have like stealth bombers and stuff?
They did, but it's a stealth bomber with nuclear weapons, and it has the capabilities of reaching Los Angeles.
The bomber or the missile?
Let's see. Well, I got the article right here. It says rumors that a long-range stealth bomber, Jian H-20, would soon be joining China's Air Force have been swirling in defense circles since the 2010s. Now observers say that H-20 can make the first public appearance in November as long as the COVID pandemic remains contained. And it says the H-20 is rumored to be similar in size and general layout to the B-21, but there are no confirmed images of nuclear-capable aircraft. The H-20 has 4 non-afterburning, blah, 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 blah. I just want to show where it says.
I mean, our stealth bombers are long range.
Yeah, but the fact that they got this biological shit happening with us, and now they have this freaking bomber, man. That's some
and
scary
they're also
shit,
making us make Chinese movies too. Oh my god.
That's some scary shit, dude. And it's like, I'm thinking about moving to Los Angeles more. Like I will be moving there once this clears up. Well, I want to visit for like a week, for like a strong week before I make my decision. But it's like, China, the closest area in the United States to like the east is the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're flying to China, you're not flying across the.
If I make any recommendations to China, I would say Portland, Oregon. Let's do that. Portland. Portland, Oregon can
get rid of Portland.
Can take the bread. No, not yet. I'm supposed to be recording my comedy album in Portland.
Oh, okay. Now when they attack us, they attack like major cities, man. They ain't attacking these rural cities. They're going for New York. They're going for LA. See, that's why I like being in Hartford, Connecticut, because even though we're
for Hartford.
Nah, we're the capital of Connecticut, but Connecticut is a small city. But we are the insurance capital of the world. And we have naval bases here too, though.
They're like, fuck you, Affleck.
Yep. Yeah, but this is insane, man. We got Killer Bee, we got the COVID-19, right?
Murder Hornets.
We got the Hornets, and then we got the nuclear power.
Then we got the then we have Chinese, then we have Trolls. Then we have Trolls World Tour on VOD.
We got bots fucking up the election. And if I have heard the quote correctly, one Chinese war official, he said that if we go to war with the United States, they said they are prepared to lose 1 million people per day.
Yeah, that's 10%.
1 million people per day.
Per day?
There's like what, 3 billion people in China, something crazy like that.
It's
so that's like
$1 billion.
a billion. So that's still 1,000 days. That's like three
that's
words.
That's a 100-year war, son.
No, 1,000 days. That's 3 years. But that's still like but think about it like this though. They say that they're prepared to lose 1 million a day. Do they really got that many soldiers though? Like when I think of China, like I don't, a lot of it is industrialized, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going off of pure ignorance of what I see off of TV. But I can imagine like a lot of those motherfuckers is in rice paddies and shit with the straw hats, you know what I'm saying? Fishing. Like you're counting your numbers, but like, come on, man. Every single person in China isn't like a soldier that can like shoot a machine gun. A lot of the motherfuckers is using chopsticks. But of course they gotta boost up their shit though.
I don't know, man. 1 million.
1 million a day, but like, it's like they losing people in rice paddies, man. Like, come on, like do they have enough vehicles to transport and invade? Like, imagine if you had an invasion in America.
I don't know.
You know what's funny though? We're already being invaded though, if you think about it. The invasion doesn't have to be human beings, man.
We're being invaded by rubber ducks made in China.
No, we're being invaded by fucking the viruses, man. We have a virus that was fucking constructed or originated. Some say it originated in America and then it got the chemicals spilled in Wuhan. But whatever, the outbreak.
Like AIDS.
Yeah, regardless of where the virus was created, the outbreak started in Wuhan, China. That much. That's one thing we can all agree about, right?
Yeah.
And now the shit isn't here. You know what I'm saying? So we're being invaded by some shit that got messed up over there. Here, 3,000 miles away. It's here. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's all over the country.
It's all over the damn country. I mean, luckily, most people that come in contact with it don't die from it, but a lot of people still die from it, though. You know what I mean? So it's a fucked up time, man. Once this is all over, man.
It's definitely scary. What are you gonna do once the quarantine's over?
I mean, once the quarantine, I mean, I've been going out every day, but I don't know. Like the restaurants, even when the quarantine's over, it's still gonna suck because a lot of these restaurants, they're only going to be having dining outside. So a lot of these people, they're going to be putting their tables and shit in the parking lots or whatever. You know, and there's still not going to be much of a bar life. So it's like comedy shows, we might have to do a lot of shit outside, but fuck it. It is what it is. We got to do, nigga, we doing comedy in front of a screen with no audience. That's how desperate we getting.
And I'm enjoying every last bit of it.
Oh,
Originally, I wasn't down to do comedy shows on Zoom because I was like, "Oh, this is dumb." Like, there's not gonna be.
Did you do? How many did you do so far?
I've done one.
I did one. I did three. I did three so far.
I'm not funny, so
we gotta start. Yo, we gotta start. Yo, listen, I got Zoom and you got Zoom too.
So nobody's fucking with me. I now have a Zoom Pro account, by the way.
Yeah. Me too. So you can we can easily do our own shows or just a little.
I can work on my hour for my album next year.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Yes, it's difficult, like doing comedy and not having that audience and that energy. But this is where your creativity comes in. You have to, it's just like when you're saying your jokes to yourself, you have to imagine that people are responding to it. And even though you don't have an audience necessarily in front of you, you still have the computers. Like if you're doing a Zoom and it's like the last mic I did last Friday, it was 15 people. And even with the mics muted, you're doing your comedy, you can still see people like kind of like laughing, so you can still get some type of energy. You don't get the exact energy that you had in front of a stage, but that's something that we can't deal with. Like, that's something that we don't have right now, so we can't worry about that shit. I've seen so many veteran. I ain't gonna never do this fucking online comedy shit. 2 weeks later, that motherfucker's doing it. George Wallace did it. 30 years in the game. It says my internet connection's unstable, whatever. George Wallace did it.
George Wallace is
Pierre. They had a whole show with Pierre, George Wallace, Milton, something and Ali Sadiq. They had a whole fucking show. And they had a DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Dave Chappelle did it for the Comedy Store a few weeks ago.
Oh, he did? Online?
Yeah, you can go to YouTube. It's the comedy show.
Really?
The comedy show.
But he was on stage though, wasn't he?
No, it was a Zoom show. It was him. It was 3 hours of it was like a benefit. You can actually find it on YouTube.
But when he was doing comedy, was he sitting down?
In the last hour, it was him, Donnell Rawlings, Bill Burr, and I think Neil Brennan. Dave Chappelle, Donnell Rawlings, Bill Burr, and Neil Brennan, I think. And they were all doing on the Zoom, just talking.
Well, I know they were talking, but were they actually doing stand-up comedy though?
I don't know. I ain't watching it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
but
talking
it was
about
a Comedy Store benefit, so watch it, nigga.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, watch that shit. Cause Pierre did like 3 or 4 shows. He has like some girl films him, and he goes Facebook Live, and he has his living room set up, and he just does the jokes, and he talks to the camera. But he has the girl in the back, she's laughing, so that serves as his energy. You know, that's still like his audience right there.
Maybe I get my roommate to send all my jokes.
Yeah, just have somebody. I don't really need it because I've done it enough where I feel comfortable enough where if I can hear y'all on Zoom just laughing at me or whatever, that's fine. But even if I don't see it, if I see like the LOL emojis, I'm straight with that. But
do you twerk on your videos?
Nah, I don't twerk because my butt cheeks is too pimply.
Okay, good. I saw the first Zoom show I saw was ass, bro. Because someone was twerking on it. 2 people on the show started twerking, a guy and a girl.
Yo, man.
And I was like, this is unnecessary.
Yo, this is changing, like, because like it's changing all of our identities. Like a lot of comedians, they're not even doing comedy. They're like comedians, they're becoming DJs. Like they're DJing now. DJs are becoming chefs. You know what I mean? And I became straight. It's crazy, like a lot of different things.
Yeah, a lot of people are changing their lives, man.
That's
a lot of people are making sacrifices.
That's one of my new jokes. I know comedians hate when you try jokes on them, but I just fucking had to do that. Shit.
Yeah, that was whack.
It was kind of funny. It caught you off guard.
Don't.
You saw it coming.
Don't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude.
I had to rinse my mouth. I said my breath is stinking, man. I had to rinse my mouth.
Yeah, you gotta get the dick off your mouth, right? You're like,
yeah, pretty much.
You're like,
pretty much. We covered up. Hey, what you think about that dude that had the fucking KKK outfit?
Oh, fuck that dude. It doesn't surprise me because I used to live in Claremont, which isn't that far from it's not that far from where it happened. It was in San Diego County. But it's like once you get out there, like it's not surprising. It's really not surprising. Cause that place out there is backwards.
That dude's a fucking tool.
Was it old guy?
The hood or leave. The images have sparked outrage online and from community leaders, including Santee's mayor.
He's clearly capping. He's clearly doing that shit for the life.
But then I love it when you have like the mayor or like the police commissioner, like when something racist pops off, they're like, I am shocked and appalled that this, and it's like, bro, don't you live in that town?
Yo, here's
that can't be like the first time you've seen something racist.
Yo,
or heard something racist.
Yo, here's the wild part. What if like the person that was wearing that mask was the sheriff?
I mean, nowadays you wouldn't be surprised.
I got it. You know, for that,
nowadays, you wouldn't even, if you found out it was like the police commissioner or the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, yeah.
You go like this, like, yo, here you go. It's like, what if the motherfucker with the mask on was the actual sheriff that did it? And then you see this right here. Look.
You're like,
look at.
But the thing about it is, I don't even think even we would be surprised. You're like, oh yeah.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. I won't be surprised at all. Yo, you know, like a Ku Klux Klan outfit is just basically a dunce cap with a mask.
Yeah, that wasn't very smart.
Yeah, you know,
they were like,
goofy as shit, man.
They're like, we're gonna look like ghosts, so we spook these Negroes.
Like, but that's what I'm telling you. Like with this COVID shit and like the government basically suggesting we police ourselves, that gives the white, like I told you earlier, the old white ladies talking shit to me, and I'm way bigger and younger than them. It's like putting a battery in these like white folks' back to just do whatever. Like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just put this I'm gonna put this motherfucking KKK hat on, and I'm about to go shopping. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what you niggas think. Matter of fact, he probably saw the video of the young man getting shot when he was jogging. Then he got inspired, like on that, like at the end of Malcolm X. Like, I am Malcolm X. He's like, I am a racist. So I'm just threw that shit on.
He's like, well, I gotta go out and I don't have a mask. But I do like that. That would have a construction mask.
Right, something.
So I mean, something.
What if like he really needed to get some food, right? But he tried
to put something on my face.
Yeah. He had to get, he had to buy some food for his dogs or some shit. The dogs that he had sex with. And once he gets there, they're like, hey, you can't get in unless you have on a mask. And he's like, yo.
He's like, oh shit, I got something in my car. Hold on.
He's like, I don't want to wear a mask. It's not, you violate my civil rights. Sir, we can't serve you unless you wear a mask. He's like, listen, I got the mask I got, you guys are not going to be happy. But I got to feed my dogs. Are you sure you want me to come in? He's like, sir, you can't
get in without putting a mask on. He's like, okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Stay right here. I'm going to move my car and get my mask. I'll be right back. And then he comes back with the Ku Klux Klan. Then I happy now?
Yo, check it. A Klan hat is long enough where he could have just turned it sideways and made like a bandana.
Yeah, he could have just taken it and just wrapped it around his face. He didn't have to put the shit on.
No, because he wanted to show that he hate niggas. That's basically what it was.
He's like, you know what?
And I
hate niggas more than I hate COVID.
He said, listen, I can wear this mask. It's my constitutional rights, and I dare one of you to, because if you shoot that guy, you're getting prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
He's like, it's my constitutional right to be able to wear this mask, and I'm gonna use my First Amendment rights to wear this mask. Ooh,
I know my rights.
He's like, ooh, cantaloupes are fresh. He breaks the mask up to like sniff the cantaloupes. He's like,
Yo, imagine like when he has on that mask, that racist mask, and then he has a phone call. So like, because everybody lifts up their mask or they pull down their mask when they talk on their cell phones now. So he has this. You see some dude, like you think it's a dunce cap at first because you see him talking with the mask or whatever, and then once he's done with the phone, because you just walked into Stop and Shop and you see a guy with a dunce cap on talking on the phone, and then once he's done, he pulls the shit bags down. He's like, "How you doing, sir?" You're like, "What the fuck? Like, what did I?"
You look at him and you think he's the flying nun.
He's like,
that show with Sally. What's her name?
Who? So
the woman that was the mom in Forrest Gump, Sally Fields.
Oh, Sally Fields.
You think he's like wearing a flying nun hat? You're like, what are you doing with that flying nun hat? And then he
pulls it down, and then that's the face. That's the face you.
You're like, what the fuck?
And that's the face you make right there.
It's like, why would you wear a Klan mask? Why would you wear a Klan hood to the grocery store?
Yo, man.
That just shows how comfortable these people are. You're gonna wear a Klan mask to the grocery store, and you're certain that you're not gonna get fucked up.
Yo, these motherfuckers is pushing the envelope as much as they possibly can, man. But it's always niggas dying though. Like we never see crackers dying. We never see.
I mean, is that really on the news?
Like, you know, I'm not saying I want to see it, but you can't tell me that innocent black people is the only people that's dying. You can't. It's too many people in the United States. It's over 327 million. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we the only. So a lot of it is the media. They push an agenda. You understand what I'm saying? It's very unfortunate what happened to the young man, but you can't tell me like that there's other people that are non-black that are getting fucked over, man.
Why don't you show white people that blow themselves up with fireworks? That happens all the time. Come on, I want to see that on the news.
But that's stupidity, though. Now, if a black person threw a whole bunch of M80s in a white pickup truck while he was driving, then that's different. I shouldn't put that out to the universe. It's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. What was that?
M80s in a pickup truck, like yeah.
Yo, Dan, we covered almost everything that we were supposed to talk about. Oh shit, doing a fucking good job, man. All right, the last thing I want to touch on, man. I think this comes from you, Kenan. You had a status on your page that alluded to the fact that people they're having affinity towards Joe Exotic, but these same people are fucking shit on Michael Vick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because like people like when you say it, people don't really seem to like get. Some people really don't like get what I mean when I say that. Because like right now, there's a huge correlation. There's a huge difference in how people are reacting to Joe Exotic versus how they reacted to Michael Vick. Oh yeah,
big time.
Like Joe Exotic, like I never heard of Joe Exotic before the Tiger King came out, and I still haven't watched the Did you watch the series?
Yeah. I watched the whole series. Yeah.
I mean, they're making that this is what people don't realize. When Michael Vick was inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame the beginning of this year, there were people that literally were like, well, we need to hook Michael Vick up and electrocute him, and he needs to be in jail for the rest of his life.
That shit's crazy. He already did his time, and he paid.
And he deserves to die, and he doesn't deserve this to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And he needs to rot. I hope he rots the rest of his life in hell and all that stuff. So that was the type of vitriol that Michael Vick was getting. Now I'm not condoning what he did, but I haven't seen any Joe Exotic posts of the same ilk.
You know why? Because the whole thing about him like killing tigers. I think first of all, it was like 5 of them, but it was all like hearsay. There's not concrete evidence that he did that. Like, what did he get convicted for? Oh no, he got convicted for putting the hit out, right? That's what they get. They didn't get him for the killing the tigers. That was more or less. I don't know. Yeah, that was more or less. I think that was like.
Well, then that's even worse. Michael, he's actually trying to kill people.
That was more or less like the tigers. Like the whole thing that what he allegedly did with the tigers was a part of like bringing down his character, assassinating his character or whatever. But he still killed fucking like 5 like majestic beasts. That shit is nuts, man.
You know what that means?
And they were like healthy. Like Michael Vick killed the dogs that probably were injured or whatever. It still was cruel and inhumane. But what I'm hearing, the tigers they just got a little older.
Go ahead. Why people are more upset with Michael Vick? You want to know the real reason?
Why is that?
Is because people like dogs more than they like tigers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Dogs are seen as more man's best. Like a tiger is not seen as man's best friend. And a tiger, that's something that's like a rich people pet. Like you ain't never seen it.
So it's a classism issue then.
You never see a nigga in Bed-Stuy.
They're like, man, fuck these rich tigers.
You never see a nigga in Bed-Stuy with a fucking tiger.
But actually, there was a dude in Harlem that had a tiger in his high-rise apartment.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah,
but I seen a nigga in Bed-Stuy with a raccoon on a leash. You ever see that video? He had like a raccoon on a leash. I don't know how.
But you can get a raccoon anywhere.
But how the fuck how can you make a raccoon befriend you? Those are some savage ass.
But the thing about raccoons aren't really savage. I've never seen an aggressive raccoon.
I always just thought of them being aggressive, and they have hands too. They can like hold shit. They got like almost an opposable stuff.
That's the media. That's the media making raccoons look bad.
Oh, so they're not bad, huh?
I mean, I'm not gonna go up and figure it out. I'm not gonna go up and see if they're bad, but
I think that got a lot to do with black people too, because they call niggas black folks coons too, and they say we're violent or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like neuro-linguistic programming.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is that white people are borderline praising Joe Exotic because now they're coming out with a movie, and I guess Nicolas Cage is playing Joe Exotic or whatever, and people love it, and it's just different. I want to see who's going to play Michael Vick in his redemption story. Chadwick Boseman.
I can see Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman plays every black historical figure.
I think my Omar Epps is a little bit too old to play Michael Vick.
No one gives a fuck about Omar Epps.
He's a good actor though. Good actor. Or you know who play Michael Vick? What's the guy? Because only British actors get American black role. Huh? Younger. The guy that looks like Denzel. From
his
Star
son,
Wars.
John David Washington.
Huh?
His son, John David Washington.
No, the kid that was in Star Wars John Boyega.
I don't think John Boyega is big enough to play Michael Vick, is he?
Nah.
John Boyega.
Michael Vick ain't that tall. We see eye to eye. He's like 5'11", man.
Let me tag John Boyega and say he should play Michael Vick.
Yeah, John Boyega looks just like Denzel Washington. That shit is weird.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Want me to prove it to you? Oh yeah, that's why we got this share button, so you don't believe me. So now what I do now is whenever you don't believe me, I just fact check it right here, right now.
Hey, how many people on this live think that John Boyega looks like Denzel Washington?
He looked just like this nigga. Are you kidding me? Look at this one right here. Hold up, I'll show you right now.
Everybody that's here.
What'd you say?
How many people think that John Boyega looks like Denzel Washington?
Look at that picture right there and tell me on the left down like you did Denzel.
Oh, they actually have comparisons?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because they always compare with each other.
Oh, damn. All
right. Look at that one right there. He look like them dudes, my nigga.
Is that what you're telling me right now? You're telling me that
you know what's funny? They say
is that what you're telling me right now?
Yo, do you see this one right here? They say John Boyega looks like a combination of Matt Damon.
You're telling me that John Boyega looks like if I and Matt Damon had a child.
So you want to tell me? No, it's like you trying to tell me that John Boyega looks like Matt.
Is this what you're telling me, huh?
Is this what you're telling me, huh? Is this what you're trying to say right here? My Denzel sucks. But yo, did you see that one right there with Matt Damon and Denzel? They say John Boyega looks like a combination of both.
Are you telling me that I would have sex with Matt Damon and produce a child that will look like John Boyega? Is that what you're telling me?
Nah, he looks like he looks like Denzel, man. My name's Tracy Morgan. I just want some franks, ballpark franks. I want to have my daughter. I want to feed you to my daughter.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but he should play Mike Vick. That's who should play Michael Vick, man.
I'll start writing the Michael Vick chronicles as soon as I do everything else.
Hey, for the table read, I just got that last page, just making sure, right? Because I just read the end. I didn't read it all.
Yeah, the last page.
Okay, but I'm still gonna read through it just to kind of know what's going on and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, we covered a lot. We touched on everything. We winding this motherfucker down.
Hey, do you know who Earl Thomas is? For the Baltimore Ravens?
Yes.
His wife held him at gunpoint.
What?
In a blow up over an alleged cheating. His wife held him at gunpoint. Man, niggas, this quarantine needs to end before niggas start getting shot by their ladies.
Facts.
what did they say? Hashtag happily single.
What'd you say?
What do lonely women say? Hashtag happily single.
It's hilarious. Can you hear that music or no?
Not yet.
How about now?
Wake up, take her.
Yeah.
Wake up, take her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She appears in the same dream.
That's all me, bro.
Coming close with her hands on me.
Well, we about to wrap it up,
but it's more than a fantasy. I won't wait as the man in me. Pull her close to slow wine. Under stars, fingers intertwined. Keep pace, I see it in her eyes. The way we vibe, you can't deny. Don't wanna wake up, I'm gonna take her to a place where the ocean waves us. Sunny weather till whenever. So baby, get your thing. Don't wanna wake up, I'm gonna take her to a place where the ocean waves us. Sunny weather
I got this
till whenever. So baby, get your thing. Smell the skin, felt a fragrance. Over shoulders, hair cascades, and her style is amazing. And there's no way I was going to wait. Footprints on the beat sand. Sparks flew handy.
Just giving y'all a little sample of what I do, what Mo Green does. This is fun. Kenan Floyd took his headphones off. I think he can hear me here, but he can't hear me there.
No, I can hear you.
But okay. You just unplugged it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, man. That's pretty much it. This Sunday we're gonna have my right-hand man in comedy, Cliff Muller. He's a comedian based in Hartford, Connecticut. He also writes and produces movies, and we did a short film at the end of 2018 called "Where's Miguel?" You know what I mean? You can find that on YouTube. And what else? And that's pretty much it, man. You know, he does a lot of skits. He has a really good Instagram following it. So we're gonna bring him on this Sunday, talk some shit, shoot the shit. But I'm tired as a motherfucker. I'm gonna talk to my homie behind the scenes, but I'm about to shut this down. Anything else you want to plug? Anything you got to say, Kenan? Because I'm tired as a bitch.
Nope, not right now.
That's it. We covered a lot, man. That show was fucking productive like a motherfucker. I'm stopping the live stream. I'll holler at y'all. Hashtag everybody need more green. Hashtag KJVF Films.
KJVF Films. Hey, Cashapp, Venmo, peeps.
Peace.